The Orphan, The Shining and The Ring all feature terrifying plots which center around creepy children. However, a Twitter thread has exposed some very chilling real life out of the mouths of babes stories. Inviting his followers to share the creepiest things a child had ever said to them, writer Nikki E. Kendall was quickly inundated with spine-tingling responses. While one woman admitted a 4-year-old correctly guessed she was in the early stages of pregnancy, while a mother revealed her daughter informed her she was in fact her third mummy. Kicking off the lively thread which made its way onto Bored Panda, writer Nikki E. Kendall tweeted, "People who interact with kids, what is the single weirdest, creepiest thing a kid has ever said to you? It's Saturday night, so why not creep yourself out?" The post quickly garnered 18,000 favorites and retweets, with followers responding with their chilling stories. "I was watching a prep class while the teacher was out and this little girl walked up to my belly, pointed and said, 'There's a little tiny baby in there.' There's a little baby right there. I was pregnant, but hadn't told my job," one woman wrote. Another added, "My daughter was about 5 when she says you're the best mommy I ever had." "I said I'm the only mommy you've ever had. She looks at me and says, 'No, you're the third one, but I like you the best.'" In an even spookier revelation, one tweeter told the story of how his 5-year-old brother led them to a house he used to live in. "Back in the day, my younger brother used to tell us about his other grandparents and the blue house they used to live in. After always telling him he was making it up, he told our mother he could bring her there. So, we went for a drive," he explained. And in an eerie ending to this story, he concluded, "This 5-year-old little psycho gave her turn-by-turn directions for close to 45 minutes. We ended up 4 or 5 towns away at a dead-end street with an abandoned blue house." Recalling the story of a family member who died as a young boy, one man revealed the little boy appeared to predict his own death, with his mother finding a drawing showing his demise days after he passed away. "My mom told me about a cousin who died sorta young. The kid and his family went on a trip to some farmhouse out far from the town he lived in, Bogota, Colombia, and on the way there he would ask his dad, 'How would you feel if I died?' And things like that," he tweeted. When they got to where they were going, they bought him some toy or whatever to play with just as a gift, and when they were gonna leave he said something along the lines of, 'Wait, let me play first, because I won't be able to tomorrow,' he added. Continuing the heartbreaking story, he wrote, "The next morning they left, but they bought him binoculars to play with on his way home. Then apparently he didn't say a word the entire time. He was looking out the window with the binoculars when the side he was sitting at got hit by a buses. In a chilling twist of fate, He concluded the story with the mother's creepy findings after his tragic passing in the car crash. While cleaning, his mom was moving glass bottles the kid collected to later sell, but she noticed that in one of them there was a paper. It was a drawing. The kid drew out his death exactly down to the binoculars and bloody eyes and everything. They still have the drawing, he added, garnering thousands of shocked retweets. One unsettled mother recalled the moment her toddler appeared to see a ghost, writing, "Walking with my 2-year-old in a cemetery by our house. She says, Mommy, who is that man in the red jacket by the stone house?" She pointed to a mausoleum. "There was no one else in the cemetery. He's waving at me." She waved back. "He's coming over to talk." Mothers weren't the only ones joining the thread, with one flustered father recalling his son's ominous words as they walked through the woods. "I was hiking alone in the woods with my son who was 7. It was eerie quiet. Out of nowhere," he says, "the woods demand of sacrifice." He tweeted, "Any parent even admitted her toddler predicted she would have girl twins, along with their birth date." "When I told my 3-year-old I was pregnant and had a baby in my belly, she kept saying no. 2 babies. A couple weeks later it was confirmed I was having twins." Twins were thought to be boy and girl, the 3-year-old kept telling me they were her sisters. So jokingly we asked her when. She wrote, "They would be born." She pointed to 9.28 on the calendar. Sure enough, they were born November 28, 2012. They were both girls too. In another creepy story, one woman told how her son appeared to have met his great-grandmother, who passed away before he was born. "When my son was 3, he had somehow gotten a hold of this gold chain that my grandma left me. She said I could give it to my daughter if I ever have one. Anyway, I had lost track of it after we moved, and I asked him where he found it. He said Ma gave it to me." He never met her, she tweeted. Mickey appeared overwhelmed with the unsettling responses, tweeting in horror, "You know, I didn't actually think about how much weird SH I was inviting into my mentions on a Saturday night.